Hi guys, welcome to another video. So you want a Louis Vuitton Capucines. Which one do you get? There are so many. There's 3 different sizes. There are hundreds of combinations of different ones coming out. What would I suggest? Now I only have 2 of the sizes that I will compare, contrast, review for you, but I'm going to tell you which I think is the best size. I'm going to tell you which ones are available that I am absolutely lusting after. So let's get cracking. So let's start with my newest Capucine. So this is my mini Capucines in the purple ostrich. It's just stunning, isn't it? Oh, I love this bag so much. This was my reward to myself, if you like, for reaching 1,000 subscribers on this channel. So once again, thank you to everybody who has taken the time to subscribe, to watch, to like, to comment. And if you are not subscribed and you would like to be, you know what to do. Thank you very much. Anyway, back to this. So yeah, I fell in love with this. This was a complete and utter impulse buy, with some, I suppose, a little bit of nous behind it. Yeah, I wasn't going to ever buy a mini Capucines. I thought they were beautiful, but tiny and a little bit useless. And they're not. You can fit so much more in them than you would think. They are tiny. I mean, look, they are tiny. However, being tiny does have its upside. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about what this bag holds, what it looks like, all the rest of it. And then I'm going to show you my other bag, which is this one. So this is the Capucines, and this is now classed as the MM. It was classed as a PM when I bought it, but this is the bigger size. But I think they used to do an even bigger size than this one. But anyway, this is classed as the MM now, I believe. And this is in the colour Gallet, and it's got the python handle. And it's very, very interesting that both my exotic bags, my only 2, are both Capucines. What does that tell you? We'll come on to that later. So yeah, I'm going to show you a little bit about this bag and show you how it's made up and all of that, and then I'm going to compare the 2, and then I'm going to talk about, there is a size in between this called the BB, so we're going to talk about that one too. So let's start with the mini. So here she is in all her glory. It's got the beautiful champagne gold hardware, sort of gold, but it looks, yeah, it's not too much of a yellowy gold. It's slightly more champagne coloured. And I just love this colour. This colour is just perfection in my view. So you can see there's the LV here. That's the side of the bag, the back. There's no pockets on the outside of the bag. And then it's got 2 little feet underneath. And inside, obviously, you've got the flap. And then we've got the shoulder strap. And then you can see inside it's got 2 compartments, and it's got a little like tab here, and this is for the flap just to sit into. I don't use that. I put the flap into the back pocket here, so that it leaves the front pocket free for easier access into your bag. So that is the makeup of the bag. It's got a little slip pocket at the back as well that I've never used. 2 fiddly to get in and out of. And there we have it. That is how it's made up. Now, I've talked about this, the shoulder strap before. I love this. Some of the Capucines, particularly the minis, and I think some of the BBs, come with a thicker strap, and it's more of a guitar strap, and it's shorter. It's not for me. I like the thinner strap. So looking at this, I'm actually on the middle setting of this, and it's perfect for me crossbody. I'm 5'4". So I always struggle with the length of these straps. I always think they need to be a little bit longer. So you can tell this one, when I've got 2 extra to make it even longer, this is perfect for me. So it's light, it's comfortable, it's perfect. So that is what drew me to this particular one. If this had have had the guitar strap, I wouldn't have bought it. As simple as that. That strap would have just changed the whole perspective of the bag for me. So we'll talk about that later. But yeah, this is perfect. I've also, in my other video, if you've seen that, I will link it up here, I've talked about annoying things about my bag, and one of the things I find annoying is that the D-rings on this particular mini are here and here, which means when you put the strap, it obviously goes diagonally, but the lobster claw, the clasp, hooks onto the D-ring here, and it makes it harder to get into your front pocket. And we're talking about fitting your phone in there, so it's just really annoying. Some of the Capucines now have the D-rings on the side here, so I was saying in that other video, I have no idea what their criteria is in order. Some have this and some don't. It doesn't seem to be the strap that changes. It doesn't seem to be the newer bags have them here. It doesn't seem to be only the exotics have them here. I don't know, but anyway, that is just one thing to be aware of with the Capucines. So that is the mini. Let's talk about the other one. So as I say, this was the PM when I bought it. That's what the receipt says. However, I think the class this size is the MM now. So you can see the size difference between them. This little baby. Yeah, massive size difference. So this is absolutely stunning bag. I have talked about this. I'm not going to say the whole shebang again, but yeah, I did regret buying this. I bought it on a little bit of a whim when I actually wanted something else, and yeah, I was thinking about selling this. I'm not selling it now. I've got the mini. I'm like, I'm just loving the Capucines. I wished I'd bought the BB, and we'll come on to that size, but anyway, this one is exactly the same layout as the mini. So you've got the LV here, you've got the side, the back, again no pockets on the back, and the other side and underneath, and then inside it has the flap and it has the interior. Again, it's got the adjustable shoulder strap, and the only difference with this one on the interior is it does have a little, I don't know if you can see that there, it's got a little hook and clasp there, and you can actually bring your bag together. I don't know why you need to do that, but I've never used it, and it's got a zipper compartment along the back here, so it's just slightly different because it's bigger. So you can see the interior pockets are very big, and I know that this middle section here keeps the bag structured because it attaches onto the inside of here. So let's talk about what I like and don't like about each one of them. Firstly, aesthetics. It's just the most stunning bag I have. It's the most stunning bag, other than I've seen one other bag that I absolutely love, but other than that one, this I think is the most beautiful bag I've ever seen, and I'm lucky enough to have it. So I love the aesthetics of it. It's very light, it's very easy to wear, it is beautiful, it's just stunning. So what I love about it is the aesthetics, the fact that it's very light, the fact that the strap is proper long crossbody, very comfortable, and I think that's it. It's just beautiful. You can fit more in it than you realise. What I don't like about it is just those little things about the D-rings. Yeah, just put them on the side. You put them on here, and then the clasp sticks out here, and then it makes it a lot harder to get things in and out of your bag. And the only other thing is just a little bit fiddly. It's just fiddly when you're doing this and everything else. And this also, if it's showing here, this also has the middle compartment here, and again it's made it just into a mini version of the bigger one, but in a bag this small you don't need that, and it would have made all of this area so much easier to use because it's made it into two really tiny compartments rather than one decent compartment. However, whether they've needed to do that to keep the same aesthetic with this sort of feature of this going in, I don't know. Somebody who designs bags will explain it, I'm sure. They've either made it so it's a carbon copy of the others, or it actually needs that piece in order for this to keep the design that it is. I don't know. It's a little bit fiddly. Other than that, I adore it. So what do I like and not like about this one? Right, so aesthetics, I love it. The colour, I love it. I love the python handle. So I think aesthetically it's a very, very beautiful bag. It's very glamorous and it's quite dressy. And even though the mini is, it's sort of, because it's so small, it's not quite as dressy, I think. I think as a little top handle, it's beautiful for evening, for any event or anything. But wearing it crossbody makes it really more casual. This, you don't really, it is what it is. Yes, you've got the shoulder strap. Uh, I've never used that because, and I've hardly ever used a bag to be fair, but you're never going to wear this crossbody. Yes, you could use it as a long shoulder bag, but crossbody, it's far too big, bulky, heavy. Yeah, you're never going to do that. So for me, it's a very fancy bag. So yeah, I love the aesthetics of it, the craftsmanship, all of that. I love the interior, how structured it is, because in this, it's quite nice to have the structure of the inside. You can fit loads in it. It's beautiful. It really is. What don't I like about it? It's heavy. It's heavy. It's a big bag. It's because of the compartments and all the leather. It's double lined. All the rest of it. It's heavy. And I have been told by my SA in Louis Vuitton that when I bought this, these were a lot heavier. So the bag is heavy because of the metal work here. Now they've hollowed these out more. So the whole thing is lighter. So don't let that fool you if you're looking at one and wondering if it's a fake or real or that type of thing, because you might think, oh no, it feels really light compared to, say, this one. Well, they have changed that now. So I understand that the ones that are this size now are not as heavy as this. The handle itself, everything's so sturdy that it does have a lot of weight to it. So yeah, I don't love it for using it more than, for any length of time. It's just heavy. Um, and also the python handle, much as I love the contrast, I do really like that. It's very delicate, and yeah, you have to be very careful with python that the scales don't lift. So yeah, all in all, this wasn't my best decision. It just wasn't. But I do love the aesthetic of it. So let's talk about the BB. I don't have a BB. I wished I'd bought a BB when I bought the PM stroke MM. I just, yeah, I don't know why. Well, I do know why. I wanted a different bag, and because I wanted a different bag, I was looking for that size I was trying to scratch the itch of something else. Don't do it. If I was buying one now, I definitely wouldn't buy the bigger size again. I just wouldn't. It's too big, too boxy, too heavy. Yeah, no, I wouldn't buy that one again. Would I buy a BB? Absolutely. I think it would serve the purpose of that in between size that you can get a lot in. It still could be used for day, evening, everything. I think it's a beautiful size. Whether I'd wear the BB crossbody, yeah, I don't know. I know I've got other bags that have crossbody straps that are bigger, and I don't tend to do that. I tend to just wear them as handheld or crook of the arm. So I'm not sure. Have a look at some of these. These are some of my absolute favourites. There are so many different variations of the Capucines. What I love about the Capucines range in general is the leather they use. They do all sorts of different, obviously, exotics. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea. They also do fabrics and patterns and so many variations. They also do different things with the handles. They do um, like resin ones, they do metal, they do leather, they do exotics. There's just so many variations. You've then got different interiors where they play around with colour and again pattern. There's then different chain handles. There's some that have a little chain that come down here. There are so many variations of them, and they're so playful, some of them, and I think that's why I love them, because you could get two or three different ones and they look completely different. So it's not like getting the same bag in beige and black and blue and pink or whatever. They are very different. Some of them have like iridescent hardware on them. I just love the playfulness of them. Here's again, I'll put on the screen, here's some of my favourites. And let me just show you this one. This was the one that I saw in London when I went very recently. Oh my goodness, this bag. It's just insane. It's me in a bag because it's got some elements of it just being quite classic. It's quite dark coloured. It's not too bright. It's not too in your face, but it's got a lot of the colours like coming through as an iridescent finish to the lizard, and it's just unbelievable. And from what I hear, lizard is actually very, very easy to look after. It's quite durable, a lot more so than python. So yeah, if I had a bottomless pit of money, that'd be next on my list. It really would. But you know, I'm very, very lucky to have this one. And this is again a very, very special one. So yeah, gosh, I wore this in London, and I cannot tell you how many people stopped me to tell me that this was so beautiful. Just people in the street, people in different stores, people in restaurants. So many people. Yeah, and they're not wrong. It's beautiful. So what are my overall thoughts about the Capucines? Well, I love them. So the main downside I would say to the Capucines in general is the price. They are so expensive. They are beautifully made. I have to say they are beautifully made. They feel quality. And I think all the fashion houses, they are all going the same way. The prices are going up and up and up. And the fact that these are half the price of the classic flaps in Louis Vuitton or there and thereabouts makes Louis Vuitton, I suppose, feel they can command that price. And as long as people are still buying them, they'll still put in the price up, won't they? But yeah, I think they're very, 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 very expensive. So that's one huge drawback. However, I love them. I absolutely love them. So what is my next Capucines going to be? It won't be an MM or a PM or whatever this size is called. It definitely won't be. It's too big. Whether I'll get another mini, I can see that in my future. I can. And I can also see a BB. I think a BB is just going to be, yeah, that perfect size, that in-between size. For some people, it's like an in-between size is no good. It's neither a big bag or a mini bag, and they like the extremes. And the middle is like not one thing or another. But for me, I think the BB is a really, really good size. So I can imagine adding one of those to my collection. Anyway, let me know, guys, what you think about the Capucines. Do you think they're worth the money? Do you think they are crazily overpriced? Do you think they are, yeah, do you think they're worth the amount of money that they are? I do. I just love them. I think I would rather save up and not buy as many smaller items and buy just some special pieces from now on. But we'll see, won't we? Famous last words. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on another one.